So I've got a first caller. Dear sister, thank you so much for your patience there. So yeah, you are live. How are you?
Hello, my good evening. Good evening. Again, how are you doing?
I am very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. we are surviving on this part of the
surviving.
Continent.
That's the word. And please never stop trying. Okay. At the end of the day, we will be victorious. Trust me. How are you?
Amen. I'm good. So I want to also, look at what is happening internationally with vis-a-vis what's happening in Nigeria. Because if we're not really we're not really concentrating about what is happening in the West vis-a-vis what is happening in our country. There is called battle of the soul of Africa. And if you see what has been happening strategically with governments visiting certain parts of the continent, for example, Kamala Harris visiting some parts of Africa, Uganda bringing some strong stance against LGBTQ because Russia has interest with Uganda. So we need to understand what is really going on in the West. I was talking to a Palestinian professor recently. He was a professor on world politics, and for the first time, he opened my eyes to certain things that I hadn't been looking at with the elections. So he had asked, who is Obi? I said, for the first time, he was like, okay, he knew Obi, of course, he knew what was going on in terms of the Nigerian politics. But what he asked me was something I hadn't looked at. He said, who is behind the Obi's movement? I said, well, we don't really know what is going on. He said, because he knows, again, more and more African nations have been aligning with Russia. And if you notice sometimes, if you notice how Obi is very confident, he smiles, we really, really don't know. The US is being quiet, but we all understand that the UK and the US, when the UK is speaking, the US is speaking, literally, because they are the West. So for the first time, I haven't looked at it from that angle to say, okay, what is really going on in certain parts of the country that we don't know, especially external talks.
Yeah,
because of
I mean, we can't really rule it out. Yeah. I mean, it will be totally naive for anybody to rule out external influence, and at the same time, the world politics going on right now playing part. Playing part in what happened in Nigeria. But I think there is still so much that are still going to come out on what happened in Nigeria during this election, because a lot of people are still trying to figure out, where did this wave come from? How could it have become so strong?
How could? Exactly. Because that's the thing I said. I said, this man is a very confident man. Yes, we know Obi is very stubborn. We don't, but again, like I said, the battle of the soul of Africa is ongoing with Russia, with China, with the US, with the UK. And you should understand that these countries play a major role in this contraption in Africa. They set up the entire system. Everything they do is to their own advantage. For example, we talked about how Europe is broke, how the United Kingdom is broke. somebody was within my circle, and we said, "Oh, Prince Charles, his first visit as a king will be to Nigeria, because if he does his coronation on the 11th, and Tinubu is the next president, obviously he's going to be swearing in." I mean, that's just
just to build that rapport in a way that
exactly.
you are so smart in that your view of this.
And
seriously, go on.
In Western Nigeria to say this is our domain, but then again, an opposition called Obi is springing up, which they don't really know who is backing him up. Because you can see the US
they don't even know if they should go and touch him. Who are those that will respond? How could because people know that Atiku has no good record with the US, but how could the US hold back their congratulation with one of the they are supposedly strong partners in Africa? Yeah, go on.
They are cronies. The UK and the US, they are cronies. Right? They are the same. They are the West bloc. But like I said, for years, we know that groups like IPOB and MEND and all those groups, they have always been affiliated with some sort of Western help.
Influence.
But for the first time, influence, right? Let me put that one. For the first time, because of Russia's arm, okay, we can see now in parts of Mali, Russia is helping
and they are chasing the French away. They are chasing France away almost in all these French-speaking countries now.
In Southern Africa, you see what Russia is doing. Russia is saying I watched the video yesterday where Russia says, "We will give you grain. We will give you money. We don't want you to be allies with the West anymore." Like I said, there is a battle going on for Africa, and there's a recolonizing.
You are right.
Going
and this whole thing is happening between China, Russia, and they said that when the Chinese goes to Africa, right, they go to Africa to build bridges, to build structures. When the West go to Africa, they go to Africa with AIDS and say, "We want to give you money, but before we give you this money, we want you to promote this particular right. We want you to promote this. We want you to condemn that."
Right now, with China, they are changing their business policy. I was chatting with Princess on the chat yesterday, as in exchanging like words, and I was saying to her yesterday, I said the Chinese are changing their business model. Before now, China goes to building hospitals, roads, and that's how they do business and go. But for the first time, they are realizing, why should we just do? Why are we taking the crumbs on the table when we can have the whole asset? And I was saying to her, I have Tanzanian friends, right, that their kids are forced to learn Mandarin in school. It's part of the deal. So when China is coming to your country, yes, they will build anything you want. They want to give you hospitals, they want to give you bridges, everything.
It's all going to end up in one thing. Recolonization.
Yes, it's a recolonization process that will take away your heritage, your culture. This was how slavery started, when they took blacks from here to the US to enslave them, and they lost their culture. They don't know who they are. So again, like back to the Nigerian politics, I don't take us.
No, I'm enjoying this international part of it, but yeah, let's go back to Nigeria. Okay.
International aspect of it but there's also an international play going on here. And I just hope that it's not involving Russia, China, and the West. Because if it does, eventually our prayers for referendum will happen. Because again, I was going to link up with the fact that groups like IPOB will begin to speak to countries. You know, what the Nigerian contracting has done is you have exposed IPOB to say, why should I listen to you? I can get allyship from Russia. If Russia says, I'm going to give you weapons so you can break away, I will give you what you need. This is what they've not done before.
Happen that way. People can get pushed to that point. See,
yes, because they are pushing them to that point.
I respect your brilliant mind. Honestly speaking, opening conversation with, from another perspective that we are kind of probably I haven't covered makes it more interesting on this platform. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, let me take another one, ma'am. You have a good one. Okay, cheers, ma'am. So, well, that's a brilliant one. We might say them passively. Oh, yeah, they are involved and all that. But we should begin to actually sort of put together scenarios, okay, that will eventually match that theory. And at the same time, once you can present that theory, once you can match a scenario with the theory, it will begin to make sense. In fact, it will begin to help in forming an idea of how to actually come around this if it should come at us anytime. Because something is going to happen. I do believe that. Hello there.
Hello, my dear Baba.
Hey, Baba. How are you, Baba, today?
My dear Baba.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm so sure. I'm sorry. Hello, I'm a Baba. I can say one day, no, and you want to survive.
Well, thank God that we are surviving.
Irumole. We are surviving. Baba, thank you so much. Sister, I'm so sure.
That's good.
Wow. You go hear me now. You understand that they talk. We talk every day. We go fight. We go settle. We go argue. So.
Anyway.
Thank you very much for your good job.
Thanks a lot.
I really appreciate you. God Almighty will continue to guide you, protect you.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Baba.
I go still always repeat that. I always appreciate your missus, your wife. It's not easy. I'm telling you. But people will not understand. They say, it's normal. Anytime you call, the first thing is, I appreciate my husband's wife. It's not easy.
No.
Baba, we are in the women's world. We know. We know Ibulawa. We know Benelawa. For your woman to be release you, so you do this kind of thing, but you know they. So I really appreciate that for allowing you.
Thanks so much, Baba. At least you can hear that
about See, about this burning of market. What most of my useless Yoruba brothers that they are using to commit all this evil acts is they are really doing themselves. You know what I said so?
Tell us.
The other day, I was when what is the name of this my Igbo brother from another mother again? African Wala.
Right.
When he called it, he just mentioned, he said that it's from Upo. You see that Upo village. I learned how to set spare parts from my Oga in that the same Olowu street. Baba, you hear me?
Loud and clear, all of us.
Yeah. This Olowu put them born now. The chief imam of Keja, Alaji late, is now late. Alaji late Olowu Lagba. That's what they call it. My Oga Emeka Okoye is from Upo village. In Newi. That is who I learned how to sell BM and Mercedes spare parts from for good 2 years. Alaji Olowu Lagba is the owner of that building. And we have more than 20-something shops there. My guy Emeka Okoye, my boss, I have about 4 shops. All these shops are owned by our Yoruba people.
Rented
so now
out.
They started setting fire on all these properties. They believe they are doing the Igbo people. Fine, the Igbo man will lose his business, his capital on the business, on his spare part.
And the Yoruba man will lose his property.
At the end of the day, Baba, for example, if I'm an Igbo man now, I have like 2-3 shops in that Olowu, and they burn my shop down. You understand me? Will my landlord, a Yoruba man, expect me to pay him or her a rent
the following month?
Maybe I'm supposed to pay. No. Maybe I'm supposed to pay this year due rent. Maybe around April, May. You know, some, for example. He or she should not expect any money from me. That is why I said most of all these evil, non-entity, useless, my Yoruba brothers, who are these politicians they use. They don't think because they don't have anything upstairs to offer. Gbogbo àjọ ayé wọn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà, bí ìwà bí olè bí jìbìtì àwọn nǹkan tó bá lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá wọn.
kánà ń jà kábẹ̀sì ní rọ́ọ̀bù àwọn èèyàn ìjàlẹ̀ wá jà ẹ̀ rọ́ọ̀bù àwọn
bí
èèyàn
àfọwọ́rá bí olè bí àfọwọ́rá bí nǹkan kan tó wọn fi tọ́ wọn náà fi bí wọn dàgbà ìmọ̀tàmì. But listen, let me tell you one thing about you see this word, I believe in law of karma. You see all these things they are doing to Igbo people. The law of karma they come. You know what I said so? I have like more than 3 or 4 areas I will mention to people. You know Idioro? Right.
Mushi.
Mushi. There is this place, Idiaraba.
Idiaraba, yeah.
But I remember all those fights between Yoruba and Hausa people. My own granny have house off Oniwaya Road in Agege. I can categorically tell you, Baba, there is one man we call the Body Sobun, the owner of the street. That owner of that street and my granny house is the only house that is not sold to Hausa people in that area. Understand me?
So people have sold almost all their properties there to the Hausa. So
property, Baba, if any little fight, break out Hausa, Yoruba people. You saw this Agege, Isaleoja, Okekoto, Oniwaya, Kapitoro, what do they call them? This first cinema. Go read that book. You go enter some areas and Baba, one part shake this one. I tell you, wait a minute.
I'll take another one.
Yeah, not the now.
I hope they are listening too. Burning down anything in Lagos, thinking you are actually like doing this to spite the Igbos. We are destroying things that are ours too. And in the long term, Baba, thank you so much. That's Irumole. So I'll take another call. And if you are still watching me right there, you need to go and then drop your offering. So if you have done it, though, you don't need to go back. If you already liked the video, you don't go back, okay? Or else you're going to take it off. Hello there.
Mr. Mayegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm so glad I got through.
I'm glad you did. And thanks so much for coming on, sir.
It's my first time calling you.
Oh, there. That's brilliant. And thank you so much once again.
Yeah, I'm calling from Houston, Texas. My name is Rashid.
Mr. Rashid. And I think Rashid, Rashid, because I'm also Rashid, though. I'm Abdul Rashid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've got this.
Abdul Rashid.
I am Abdul Rashid too. So, which is brilliant. Now, I would love to hear from you, please. Everybody is listening.
Yeah, I was calling. You are contagious. Oh my God, you're so powerful.
I think
serious, you are.
Addictive would be the right word. You know what I mean? Like, I could be addicted.
Oh my God. If I don't hear your voice today, I'm looking at my phone. What's going on here? What's going on here?
Bless you.
You're wonderful. What you are doing is it's great.
Thank you.
I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just saw you back. Don't come Lara. I want you back.
Whatever let me mix, I don't mean mind. Just for the sake of I want to go you back.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that.
Please go on, sir.
I will do that. I will do that.
But some people will tell me, sir. Some people will be like, you know what? Jack saw you back, and okay, go ahead, sir. You know what I'm trying to say now is this. I saw you back then. So please. So yeah, I want to listen, sir. Please.
Yeah. I don't understand why you about do this all the time. Let's take for instance, MC Oluomo. Some Muslim you will say, he's a good Muslim because he doesn't smoke and he doesn't drink. Is that the qualification of being a Muslim? So you can kill, you can be a guru, you can do all those stupid things that you're doing. I mean, what's wrong with us as a Yorubas? What's going on?
And that is okay, Neo. That is why I just say a lot of us always keep quiet. Sure, you get, sir. Our co take pay. Our co take pay. Ni son kokon. I'm a married by. I'm a B1. I can't buju segbe. But we now realize that because a lot of people don't really speak out, they actually think it's the right thing to do. To be bragging that some people are coming to take over your land only when election is coming, But after election, you abandon, you are on your own. So you cannot continue to use that Yoruba to steer divisive rhetorics for politicians. So Yorubas, the real Yorubas need to speak up and say, listen, when you're doing all your politics, don't bring Yoruba into it. Because none of you even represent Yoruba. If you are all speaking for Yoruba or representing us, is that how people should be? Is that how our land should be? 24 years of democracy. Is that how it should be? So when we want to be honest with ourselves, we say, Emma for you, Basino politics, we know you. It's all for yourself. We need to speak up, so that's why we must always speak up. Because something legitimate is imagine, sir. Imagine something profile our Yoruba saying, what in profile why you don't look Yoruba enough. We have our children, so many of them are not born in Yoruba land. What's in profile Yoruba gone?
It's my best.
Go on, sir.
Sir? My best friend for 20 years. I want to support Tinubu. This guy, I said, listen, my family are from Edo State. I'm a Lagosian. I was born in Lagos. What's going to happen to me with my last name? What? It's going to affect me. They're going to call me Igbo. What people more Igbo see?
I tell you. I know. Any of you, anybody, see, do you want to know something, Every Nigerian, that comes from after Ore, in Ondo, whether you are from Niger Delta, whether you are Beneo, whether you enjoy Shekiri, it no matter, you are Igbo. That is what bigotry does. Sure you get? That's what it does. They say, but I mean, Igbo now, I'm from Edo. I go, matter, Jare, now all of you be Igbo, Jare. All of you be Biafra. All of you be IPOB. And they continue to repeat that. It's deliberate. So that when they start their program, all they need to do is say, that person is Igbo. But when she Igbo, can you not see what? Akwa Ibom ni. No, Akwa Ibom Oshiwo. Gbogbo Igbo ni won joya. They are our enemy. That's the road they are taking us to. But we won't let that happen. We will speak out.
They are not part of it. What should I pay? Look, I don't want to be your friend because you are then she don't want there. When she be be all day.
Our political criminals in Nigeria, they are playing with your head. You are sitting abroad. Some criminals in Nigeria are playing with your head. You want to go smart. On social media. The Igbos, they are all too much. Yoruba must be protected.
Yes.
You are listening to propagandists, criminals.
A Nigerian telling another Nigerian to leave his country. Oh my goodness. I mean, anyway, don't let me hold you too long.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. So I'll take another call here. Hello, sir.
My goon the general.
Yes, sir. Sean.
All right. How you doing?
Well, I'm here. I'm trying to keep everybody awake. So that I'll make people's day. How are you?
And I am a first-time caller. My name is Uche from New Jersey.
Oh, Uche.
Uche.
Beautiful, from New Jersey.
How are you?
Well, I'm very well. Thank you for asking.
I just want to thank.
Go on.
I want to thank your madam because I work in the IT field, and when I see what you do and the time that it takes you to put these things together, man, do you ever sleep?
I do, but not like normal sleep, right?
Wow.
We actually don't want to go there. Like my sleeping pattern is ridiculous. But I've now built it around myself as if to say, this is me. And if I want to survive, I just need to maintain this, which means I sleep when I have the chance. And I stay up most of the time. But yeah, I'm glad it's worth it.
I want to thank you for all your work because since after this election, I have glued to you. I used to listen to you sparingly here and there, but these days, any day I listen to you, I'm in my car, I'm playing you, my wife and I are listening to you, and you're like, APC. Do you remember when you talk about how these people have been deceiving we Nigerians? Remember before Buhari came in 2015, he said that he was going to serve one term.
I think I remember. You are actually Man, that's true. They said, he actually said, old age will not make him
walk lying well. And lying. And sometimes I sit back and I think about this Yakubu of the guy. How can you go to the international media, Chatham, and you lie? I'm like, how does this guy sleep? Does his wife even love him?
They sleep sound, bro. They do. Uche, these are people who live in a different world. That's why we're having all this crisis here and there. If they are living in the people's real world, it wouldn't be this terrible. These guys don't even give a damn about all these reactions. They don't
care. They don't give a damn.
They don't care. They see everything as just noise.
This court case that Obi is taking to them, I don't think these people care. These old men have lied their way to where they are, and they won't stop lying.
And they would have to stay on.
And all of them are the same because they are all brood of vipers that put themselves together. Like you said, we're going to have a drug pusher as our president. A sympathizer of terrorist group as our vice president, and then we will have an ex-con as our. So if any of them dies, it's never gonna be good for us.
See, it is
it's never gonna be good for us.
It is like a cycle, or cycle of rogues. Yeah, if you run from here to there, you're not escaping anything. You will be running into them, and they will be dealing you the same blow. Let's break these things up and save lives. I keep saying it. I wish I have some 200
million Nigerians are just being toyed with. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank your wife and your children for giving you this opportunity, because it's not easy.
I mean,
behind every great man, there's a great woman.
There is a great woman, and she deserves all of that, I can say. And I say thank you to you too, Uche, okay? Because sometimes, right?
Keep doing what you're doing.
I know.
I will always pay my tithe.
Thank you.
And make sure that I collect my blessings every day.
You will always get one to fill your mind and get you a better sound sleep. Something to think about, like, okay, now I can think about what's going on in Nigeria because I know it in a way. Plus what I know from what I heard, it's a big one, isn't it, right? So thank you, Uche. Yeah. Because I've had people, right? I've had couples, right? I've had couples. Thanks a lot. So I've had couples who have told me on this platform that, that Mayegun stole their man. Every evening, every afternoon, my husband is glued to the TV and I want to know what he's watching, and I realize it's you. So we all have one or two sacrifices we pay every now and then. So no one is taken for granted, including you, my caller. How are you, sir? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can hear you, but it's a bit crackly. So maybe you should check the line. Can you hear me?
Oh, God. Okay. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear ourselves now. How are you, sir? No.
I'm calling from New York.
Right. You know what, sir? Just speak straight, yes, okay? Don't worry about, in case if you are listening to the broadcast elsewhere, right? Just speak to me directly if you can hear me directly. So let's talk on. Or else, right, we'll be having a delayed convo. So please, sir, I heard that you're calling from New York. I didn't hear the rest.
Okay. Yes, I'm calling from New York. I don't really think about this Igbo and Yoruba thing that is going on. I don't really think it's really necessary because of
Go on.
Our politicians, they love to use our heads, but it doesn't matter to me. I think it's like the division is what we're talking about right now. Because we over here, we already ready. We already ready because if you look at American history, the last moment of American history before they became free,
right,
you know, the British held, you know, after Americans put the flag and the thing down up there, so the British gave them the last chance and say, we're gonna shoot those flags all night. If we wake up in the morning and that flag falls on, you know, the pool falls, so that means you guys will not get the freedom. But if we wake up in the morning and that flag still stands, guarantee freedom. Okay?
Right.
So, and you know what American did? The Patriot American did? They went and held the flag, the pool, everything, knowing that they were going to die. All right?
So whatever it takes.
So when they shoot the thing, what held the flag was the dead body of America. That's what held the flag up. So what I'm trying to say, the division of Biafra, if we don't share blood, there won't be no freedom. There won't be no freedom. So we have to be ready, knowing that it's a sacrifice. I live in America for more than 20 years. I got kids here. But we are ready to go fight for the country. I don't fight for my own, because I have everything in America. I do business here. All right. But the people that are living there, you know, because this is just like crazy at this point. It's about bloodshed. So they're crazy. So let's be crazy like them. They want to shed blood. Let's shed blood like them. So because at this point, it's about killing people. So if they're killing people, so let's join them and kill them too. You know, so at this point, is if we don't share blood, no freedom. No blood, no freedom. Right. No blood, no freedom. So it's blood for blood. You know. Anyway, so at this point, we are looking for Tinubu. If we get Tinubu, his head is going to get chopped off. Period. You know.
Okay. These are some of the talks, right, that are really, really unnecessary. Okay. On Mayegun's Diary Political, I like people to express their mind. Sorry, my caller. Okay. So when things are tensed, right, sometimes there was like... we need blood. Without blood, no freedom and all that. They don't really come out well. Do you get that now? Like, we live in a kind of a safe place. Sure you get. I've got my family here. I've got my family back in Nigeria as well. I am safe here, no matter what. Sure you get. So it will be kind of not, in my own opinion, it's going to not be right for anybody who is actually not facing that fire right there in Nigeria, to conveniently just say, we need to fight, we need blood and all of that. They don't come out so good, okay? And then when you make a straight assertion, like, oh, if we catch so person, or if we see so person, we'll chop your head off. They don't come out well too. Sure you get. They don't come out well. And I will advise us, okay, whatever we know that we are actually not capable of doing. You know, if you catch Tinubu in America, you can't chop his head off. You would have committed an act of terrorism, you know that. So rhetorics like this are pretty much like overfetched. They don't come out well, okay? Again, sorry for keeping you on the line there. Hello there, can you hear me?
Yes, Mayegu. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, ma. How are you?
Somebody just said that you're very infectious, and that's why I'm calling in this evening. I'm a first-time caller. My name is Samantha. I'm calling from Manchester, United Kingdom.
Samantha. Please, ma, go on.
In fact, you are like an evening tonic in my house. My mom is going to be 80, and you have got her hooked to your program.
Okay, now you can just say hi to grandma there. If she's watching, I'm waving.
Yeah,
if she's not watching, show her this later, okay?
She can hear you.
Hi, mom. You're right.
They're like, come on, it's Mayegu time.
Now this is Mayegu, right? And Samantha, Lady Samantha is here telling me about you, or telling all of us about you. And I so much appreciate you, okay? It means a lot.
We really appreciate you, Mayegu. You have really opened eyes, opened minds. In fact, you're just telling us about Nigeria, and it's quite great. It's quite great. because we get the real gist from you.
I mean,
and
without
really
having to mess up your mental health too. You know, somebody told me and he said, do you know that your program can be very, very scary for those who have deep thinking, like those who hear something and they'll be able to process it so much that they can now think it far and they become worried that, it was my Egun said, the way this thing will be. I hope they won't start this. And I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and start presenting my program in a way that even though you are laughing, but at the same time, you are in a way kind of worried. So the mixture of both can actually leave you a little bit tired, fulfilled, satisfied, and get yourself a better sleep tonight. And it seems to be working where people can easily say, what you are saying is so serious, but in a way, I am in a way addicted to listening and understanding. So yeah, if grandma says I'm doing well, right, and you say so too, then I am. I believe you.
Yes, you are. But funny enough, what makes me laugh is the Nigerian story and all this idea of you are Igbo, you are this, you are that, you are the other.
Yep.
They forget that Tinubu is married to an Ishekiri woman.
I wonder.
They forget that his son is married to an Igbo woman. And they forget that they don't mention these things. And the people don't tell them that, oh, my wife is Igbo, so my Igbo, so let's crack it up.
Don't let us use this line.
In your words.
Don't let us use this one, because you know my wife is Igbo. My children are half Igbo, half Yoruba. Don't let us go to town with this.
Exactly.
But they don't give a damn, I think. God knows how they're actually treating their partners that are non-Yorubas.
That's the thing.
Please go on. Go ahead.
It's sad, but
switch something over here, but please continue.
Yes, but we really appreciate you. I just called in to just say thank you so much for all the work you're doing, and we really appreciate you in my household. And just keep up the good work. And like every other person has said,
yes, ma'am.
Kudos to Madam for taking in everything that you do. Well done.
Thank you so much.
I'll take my leave and leave others.
No, that's brilliant. I mean, you've lightened my you've actually made my night as well, like everyone else. So thank you too. And don't forget, say me well to grandma, as in personal.
And I've liked though, because my husband always reminds me, have you paid your offering? So that's the first thing I do.
You see, I love this. And thank you to the entire household, okay? And then please keep watching.
Yes.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, we will definitely.
Bless
Thank you. Good night.
Good. And you too. So that's Samantha and the AO household. Enough that these are the people I share my evening with all the time whenever I'm here. And psychologically, I actually feel like a lot of you are sitting in front of me right now. And therefore, right, I could make all the faces, all this and all of that. Because I feel like you are sitting in front of me. And you could read, and you also, let's say myself standing in front of you. And you could read and see through me. Hello there, the prince. Is that you?
Hello, my good general. Yeah, this is Prince
Gentleman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Baba.
So,
how are you there now?
Well, I'm here.
How are you there?
I'm still here, Baba. Surviving.
Yeah. Respect, Baba. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you too.
With a fee Tucano mic. Tucano mic is really hitting hard, all the targets, you know. Yeah, Baba, this evening, you know, we shook mass for matter.
Please.
Good, make her go grassroots, okay? Make Janjaweed they hear, because Janjaweed they come to school with slate. They hear me so?
I deal with you.
You know, say this INET. This one they call Yakubu Mumu. You know, say that guy, if Nigeria they real, that guy's supposed to be for prison now.
I know, exactly.
Okay.
A lot of them that participated in that charade that could have actually started war in Nigeria. They don't know that, oh. So you get, these guys are not supposed to be working free, but they are preparing for 2027 already.
My brother, you see, that man is putting they put the life of 250 million people. They put the life of 250 million people in danger. That guy is supposed to be inside prison now before they talk any other thing. Okay? You know, say, my brother, Moku no forget. I want to talk to Oduduwa Nation, my brother from Oduduwa Nation. But I know they see Nigeria if I they talk. I know they see Nigeria if I they talk. Make all of us draw sense, enter our head though. You understand? Because you see this Fulani terrorist henchmen set up, what they do for Yoruba and Igbo. You remember Shetima conversation?
Yes.
With that, is it politician or journalist?
No, it is Bikule Amosun of Ogun State.
Thank you, Baba. You remember the thing where that guy don't talk? Say the way they go do Igbo, where they go join with Yoruba do Igbo.
Once they get the power.
Once they get the power, that mindset is the man they just talk the mindset of Fulani herdsmen terrorists. Because them, as far as Nigeria is concerned, they know if you understand, they na bush with their path. That's grazing route and Ruga. That is their own path. As far as Nigeria is concerned, all the democracy go on the talk. It's just like a madness to them.
Now, no problem with that. Democracy, all this democracy nonsense, no be their own. But it is not going to work out well for everybody at the end of the day when the country is not existing. So where are they going to rule?
Are they go now, Baba? Are they go?
Please.
You see, make a Oduduwa Nation brother. Ronu, Yoruba Ronu.
Yoruba Ronu.
Yoruba Ronu. If you say this thing, people wanna they kill, I ain't go be on a past savior when it comes the go ahead, Naibi. You understand me? Tinubu is like a dead man walking. In head no correct together. If you want talk 1, 20 go enter for a mouth. Them they know. Fulani they know. You understand? Now Shetima be their main front man. If
you know what somebody told me? He said, Ramadan is currently ongoing. Okay, so which means that a lot of people are fasting. So now somebody now said that people can't say where Tinubu is right now. They don't know if he's in Nigeria or if he's in France. Nobody can really say. But some said that he's actually in Nigeria, hiding from the people who want to serve him court paper. Okay, but somebody said Shetima is actually fasting and doing prayer now, and that his prayer is not about Ramadan. The fasting is not about Ramadan. It's about a man that those who wanted mandates can't even tell where he is right now.
See, my ego. Their plan, if they eventually carry this thing, give a call, they will give out just give them 3 months or 6 months, they will give call or tapia. You go come out for their way. You didn't hear me so?
Prince.
That one goes, if the tapia no succeed, they will give a sniper.
Okay,
you will just come out for their way.
Prince.
You understand me?
Prince.
That time in Yoruba and the Yoruba will come see the Anyash will come open.
Prince.
Now back to square one. Inside the Fulani kidnapping and terrorism and whatever you can name it. Okay? I think when I want Yoruba people, maybe they know. Now, all this gra what they do for Lagos, MC Olumo, they do it for Fulani. The way they born Igbo shop, the way you bite the finger that fed you is an abomination. They never even go check how many GDP Igbo they contribute to Lagos State.
They don't care.
The tax where Igbo they pay to Lagos State. If they come out time, if the whole Igbo come out for Lagos, they will not say half of the money where they come to Lagos go just come out. They will say Lagos they empty. Now the two way these people they need to think at all.
They think.
You understand? But if it this educated illiterate like Fene Kayote and Festus Keyamo, all this educated illiterate, all this one, all of them with the one way there for street, MT Olomo, all of them are talk together. They no care. Do you understand me? But Yoruba will get culture where they respected worldwide. Make them come out, speak out, protest against this 1% minority where want destroy Yoruba career. I didn't say me. Because Tinubu, how can you present Tinubu to the world? That's where they shit the waka. I can present this world saying that this one I be the best for Yoruba land. It's a shame to start with for Yoruba race and for Nigeria at large. You understand me? If at the two they tell them say if the venture put call for there, Tinubu, if we enter Togo, no bring out your passport. Just tell them say you did stateless. You did stateless. Say you don't get state. You don't get country where you come from. But then just carry you go put for one village. If they go allow you to stay there. Okay?
Anyway,
not
Prince
to talk when you enter America or UK.
Prince, can you hear me?
Yeah, Baba. I don't hear you, Baba.
Thank you so much. Yeah, because you mentioned Shetima, and a lot of people probably haven't heard this. I am going to use just a few minutes, okay, just to let people know.
Thank you.
Who is their vice presidential? Vice presidential elect, Abi? Is that what they will call him? The vice president elect,
that's so.
Abi? Now, for those of you who don't know the mindset of Shitiman, especially to the Igbos, and why the Igbos, especially the people of Eastern Nigeria, should never have anything to do with APC. Maybe this can remind you. Prince, you have a good evening, okay? Let's listen to this for them.
All right, thank you.
It was Rocha State, Imo State, that they started saying that Hausa people must have ID card to live in that state.
Yes.
Can you hear me? They say Hausa people must have ID card to live in state.
Yes.
Until when we mobilize our people here and say, okay, in that case, all Southerners must live north. Then Jonathan now realized that there was something going on. You say, no, these things have to stop. So are we mad? Do you get me? Count every 5 shops in this north. 4 shops are owned by Igbos. What is Igbos' contribution in the economy? It's not trade. And fraudulent trade for that matter, including you. Igbo have cheated you. Unless if you are not buying spare parts and tires and medicine. So or not so?
It's so allergic.
Do you get me? Yet we accommodated them. Is it going to Dubai to bring fake drugs that we cannot do it? Now the plan is drugs now. No Igbo man will again sell drugs in this north. We are going to bring it from Kano. Drugs are brought by air. They are going to open massive coolers, rooms in Kano and import it all north, and maybe whatever want to buy, come and buy from Kano. No Igbo will sell drugs again. We are tired of all this nonsense. We know how to control our places the way they control their own. What we are saying is that we are all Nigerians, but we are going to learn what they are doing in Southeast and do it in the North too. Simple. Yes. We don't have ancestors, but if Buhari today, as president of this country, want to buy land in the East, he will go and negotiate everything. Tomorrow the chiefs will come and tell him that ancestors made them yesterday night and said they should not sell the land for them. So we don't have ancestors. Or we are betraying ourselves. Yeah. We, our ancestors have told us that we have been careless. That's why we suffered for the past 6 years. We have to wake up now. It's a very serious thing.
Move forward.
No. We cannot, sir. The society is already adulterated. That's why, to be honest to you, let me tell you, to be honest to you, we never wanted Buhari in this law, so we wanted Konkoso.
Yes.
We want,
that's what I'm saying.
If it is Konkoso,
the primary, Konkoso will have defeated Buhari.
Listen to me. Hey, you know the Tinubus and Co prefer Buhari because they can.
Tinubu now is really tried.
Can you hear me? Because Konkoso will have solved this north-south problem for us within 6 months. In Kano, Konkoso gathered all the Igbos and told them that all these drugs that he closed all those fake drugs they are selling in Kano. They know him now. So that's why we wanted Konkoso to be the district. Igbos made in Abuja and warned us after the election that they were the ones in charge of 75% of Abuja is their own. They should be given ministers. Can you imagine? Negotiate and say this is the governor they want with their rulers, everything. Igbos say no, he cannot be governor. Haba. In somebody's land. Habakule. The arrogance is too much. So 10 years ago I have warned it. I said the Igbos are building nation within our nation. They will engage us within our nation and reinforce from their nation. That is exactly what we saw during the tenure of Jonathan. Immediately we voted Jonathan. What we did to Jonathan in this north, Igbos in the north, their chiefs, gathered and came to Aso Villa. To the glare of everybody on TV, they say it was nobody that voted Jonathan, but the Igbos were the ones who voted him. Did you not hear that one? Did you not read it? In our own land, people say we didn't vote Jonathan. It was they that voted Jonathan. 2, before elections again, they gathered themselves and came and met Jonathan. I met in Abuja and said that they are directing all Igbos in the north must vote Jonathan. We don't mind. We don't mind. Let them vote anybody. But can you do that in the southeast? They stop us from even voting. Let me answer this. Amina wa alaikum salam.
Alaji. We call in the night.
Hello?
Thank you.
Can you hear me? In the southeast, all houses.
Hello there. Mababa, how are you?
Fine, no, Kale.
Good job, better. Báwo ni ọmọ Lumi?
Mo ní tí o ti wá di ó wá fi agbára wò báyìí.
Ó ti di ìjọba ọ̀run o, Ọlọ́run gbọ́.
Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wá.
Àmín.
Báwo gbogbo ẹ̀ kó jọ bẹ́ta àwọn ìyàwó àtọmọ nǹkan.
We thank God though. How is your family, Baba? How everybody?
We thank God. Àǹtí díẹ̀ ní Amsterdam.
Ẹ kú ọwọ́ ẹ̀.
Àbí o, gbọ́dọ̀ ti dàrú finally. Àwọn APC ọ̀rọ̀ wọn sómi ti win election tó ń fa wàhálà káàkiri. It's not a good thing at all. And as I said in the previous program, káwọn Igbo náà máa prepare àwọn kan padà sílé. I think that is the best. Okay, everybody ò fẹ́ Igbo. Okay, fún wọn ní referendum just like mo máa ń sọ fún wọn ní bíbá náà ni. So mo pín pàtó lọ́jọ́ ọjà akẹ́tẹ̀yìn àbí bọ́ná lọ́jọ́ ọjà ẹ̀lẹ́tàn.
Lájẹkúlẹ̀ lọ́hùn. Ọ̀nà kirikiri.
Ní bíbí fún pé àwọn Yorùbá tó wà ń bíbá àwọn mi sọ pé ó jábọ́ sí lọ́jọ́ ọjà mo ní ìwà.
Now, some of them are like, Baba, some will be like, okay, with that one, Abi, now that Alaba, I want them to burn now. Oh, now that trade fair, I want them to burn now. Oh, now that computer village, I want them so that they can send them elsewhere. Like people are sitting abroad typing that. I've seen some.
This one even type it. They want so lójú mi mo ní wá. Wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn Yorùbá mi náà tó ń kọ́ spare part wà nínú ọjà yẹn. Tó ń ta spare part náà ọjà yẹn.
They don't care. They don't think.
Àwọn Hausa mi wà tó ń ta nǹkan náà ọjà yẹn.
Spare part náà ní ọjà yẹn, yes.
Yeah, but not so. In fact, Nigeria máa gbàngbà táwọn ará bí bá take over power. Wọ́n ti take over power gan. Look at what the Agbero are doing in Lagos. Just look at what they are doing. No, Nigeria is finished. Gbogbo ìtàwọn British àti American sọ wọ̀nyẹn there is nothing they can do torí àwọn gan wà láwọn tó ń cause problem ìlú yẹn. Kò sí kankan tó constitution kankan tó ẹnìkan ló ti máa sọ pé àwọn play station sí àwọn tó bá rí gẹ̀lẹ́.
Visa ban kíní kan ban. I heard that MC Oluomo ló wà l'America. So then I saw a news that they are announcing visa ban. So what will happen to him? We are watching.
Kò sí kankan tó máa ṣe. Just put on the good job, Jare.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Everybody might get breakfast.
Now, last now. Is that not what Pastor Ruga said? The last. Everybody go chop breakfast. You know.
He don't pass. Last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm happy I could calling this night.
Now you got through, Baba. Thank you for persevering, for your perseverance. You are true. You are in. How are you, Baba?
Look, I'm fine. You see, my good, this issue of burning market, it's not only the Igbos that they are targeting. You see, they do this thing to even target, all these our old grandmother that have stores in the
that they've
old
had
market.
them for ages and they want them to move.
Now, thank you very much. Because some of our old grandmothers, they inherited their store from maybe their own auntie. Then we grew up to know that they have a store. Now, there will now be a new developer that will just go to maybe the local government chairman. Most times they do this thing in collaboration with the local government chairman to tell you that even we ourselves, we are wicked. Now, they cannot push people away because the local people will be like, they will revolt. You know what they will do?
What?
In one night, we just say that the market, what's it called? The market got burnt. when it gets burnt, they will now say, okay, we were always using old market before, now we need a new type of market. We want to modernize it. Now, when they want to modernize the market, you see all those old mamas that have had their stores for generation. They will tell them, okay, maybe a store that should naturally go for, say, for 500,000. They will say, no, 1.5. Where would those mama get 1.5 from?
5 million until they send her away.
They will send all those old people out. So you now have people, even in the ministry, they are economy. In the ministry, they will now start giving them as political slots. You now see one SA2 governor have 2 market stores. SA2 local government chairman, 1 market store. They will not use the market store for business. They will now be renting that market store as exorbitant prices. And at the end of the day, they will now sell some, maybe to some lucky civil servants that have money.
They can buy it off at once. They will just say, give me 5 million. I'll give it to you.
Yes, exactly. And most times, this market store even come from one person's hand to another person's hand, you know. This person maybe because it's close to a local government to another person. So you now find that a market store where you go to a market before, maybe this section is for, let's say, dry fish, another section for spare parts. You know, just enter one market one day, everything just scattered.
Gone.
Everything
like, you begin to look for all those your special things you are looking for. They will say, no, they've moved them. They clear all of them from this side. They have moved to, some will not actually come back to the market again because there is nowhere to come back to.
So when they do this one, in the next maybe 20 years, another fire again, they will say that, that market is done now. They want to. So the only place they cannot do these things are places where, okay, it was out of the bloom, this market, what's it called, started. It's not indigenous market. All the indigenous markets in Lagos State too are not, no indigenous person are there again because they've used these tactics of arson, burning shops to push people away. They do these things in collaboration.
You know what somebody told me, brother? You know what somebody told me? He said one of the reasons why APC will eventually lose Lagos, whether they like it or not, is because the real people, the supposed real people that should be their members, those who are voting for them when they were in ACN, majority of them have been pushed out of Lagos. Number one, they can't afford the rent anymore. Some of them cannot afford their shops anymore. So they've moved back outside Lagos. Now, the people they have in Lagos are people, they are people who are like, they are working. And they are complaining that people are taking their money. Government is taking their tax, not giving them anything back. So they can vote against the government. So if APC finally lose Lagos to anybody in that Lagos, it's because their original voters that they didn't care about, they have sent majority of them out of Lagos. That theory seems to make sense with what you just said now. That majority of them are no longer in Lagos.
What's happening? Exactly. What's happening in Lagos now is when you go to places like Ojo, I schooled in Lagos University. This is what happened in Ojo.
Right.
When they started all these tax, land tax, something tax, how would you expect somebody who has, even though we know that some of them do sell their land to, what's it called, facilitate maybe WASU, whatever it is.
I mean, for
but how would you expect somebody that has, yes, how do you expect somebody who has a land in that area? You are giving them to pay some tax they cannot pay. Another person comes, okay, let me buy this land off you. They bring 50 million now. And old mama will be like, 50 million. If I collect this 50 million, I can go to maybe somewhere in beyond Waterside or another place in Ogun.
Or go to somewhere very close to Mowe, Bafo, all those places.
Buy land. Yes, buy land of maybe 300,000 per plot. Build a house of say 5
million or something. Yeah,
exactly. The remaining 10 million, I will be able to use it to start one business, be managing my life. Look, let's be sincere with ourselves. Our local government chairmen, our politicians, they are in these things. and with some wicked developers.
You know, if it's a country, if it's a place where there is actually government, this is a crime. It's actually a crime. And guess what? They used to do that in some of this Western world, though. Sure, you get, until majority of those big developers ended up in jail. Sure, you get, where they come and set fire in a block of flat because they want to chase people away. But in Nigeria, people still do that in 2023. I mean, Baba?
I was speaking with an older generation British here. He told me that, look, you guys, you always complain. Let me tell you why our parliamentarian guys see work. In the old times, some of them we used to burn their house. Some of them she told me, it got to a stage we used to kill their children. So at some point, when they go there, they just know, oh, we need to work for these people.
We have to.
Or else you'll back. She used this thing for me. Achan syndrome. Achan was a character in the Bible that stole from the people of Israel in the company of this family. What he stole, he kept it in the house. Then they went to war. They got killed. So Joshua asked God that what happened. He said, somebody among you have stolen what does not belong to them. So they asked Achan what happened. He said, no. But later he confessed. But in this case, all the family members were culprits too. Everybody went. So she said, what we did was, at times we look at these scriptures and we say, okay, what can we do? We know that these families are also aiding these politicians. Let us take action to all of them.
Eventually, so it's going to get to that stage because they are pushing people. Yes. They are pushing people. I know something. Something. Go on. Sorry, brother. Please go on.
Yeah. So it got to a stage the politicians just had to sit up. If I go there, if I mess up, even if I run away, my children are not safe. So that's how they got it right. She told me categorically that's what we did to get it right. But I don't pray it gets to that stage. But the truth is this. Like you said earlier in the broadcast, some of us know this thing, but we keep quiet. It's high time we start calling these people out.
Yes.
And let people see what is happening.
Because you know what? Because a lot of people just keep quiet. You know what I mean? A lot of people just keep quiet like it's normal. That's what they do. Look at what you just said now, right? You just painted a picture of a crime that has become like normal because of greed of some people. Now, if we don't, or let me say, if we continue to normalize it, then one day is going to be our turn. And at the end of the day, right? Go on.
My God, and the truth is this. Either we like it or not, we are indirectly, aiding these people, you know?
You get?
Because even if we say that we are a Christian or Muslim, we say that if you see evil and you don't talk, you will be shared off the judgment.
You automatically become an accomplice or enabler. And you can't deny it. If you see evil and you look away. Sir, they said that evil persists because good people keep quiet.
So my God, that's part of what's happening in Lagos State. Even some of our politicians, they go to communal lands, sell communal lands of in company of all these political obas and ballets. Use the money, campaign, get into office, loot office. When there's no communal land again, they start feeling they start feeling the swamp forest.
See,
when they finish with that, atrocity potential.
I wish I could spend all my evening with you.
That's market theory for you.
God bless
all
you.
Local government is using that market theory.
They are doing it, Abi. That's an act of terrorism. And if DSS is DSS, we should be seeing some local government chairmen in handcuffs. We should be seeing some people that are political office holders in handcuffs for what they are actually doing and getting away with. Baba, I appreciate your time with me this evening. And I'm happy that you actually go through.
God bless you.
And you too. You stay safe, okay? So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I have other people trying to get in. But because in the past, see, I've got 2 calls, right, on my screen right now. The 2 callers, they have female pictures. But the last time I got kind of female distracted because of profile. On a man did the other end though. They were using their wife's photo as profile picture. So I would take your call some other time. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone who is here tonight, including those of you who don't actually like what I say or do some of the times, but you still end up having to be around to see maybe it's going to say something responsible tonight or something reasonable tonight. It doesn't matter. If I haven't said anything reasonable tonight to you, try again next night, okay? Tomorrow may be another one. If I don't, try again and try again. There are people who have been watching Mayegun for a while until they started agreeing with Mayegun or somehow started seeing things as Mayegun saw them, but they will still not 100% agree with Mayegun, but they will be here to make up the attendance, contribute, and just get everything more interesting for everybody, okay? So I appreciate everyone. The super chatters, you are those who add color to the comment. When you see yellow, green, blue, and all of that, those are money from those who kind of appreciate Mayegun more than just paying the offering of a like. So I appreciate everybody, every one of you. Now, if you just joined us, watch this from the start again. The sweetest part of this conversation started about 10 minutes into the program. I'm giving you the trick, okay? You don't have to start watching from all the way from the start. Start from 10 minutes. And then tell me what you think after this. So I'll see you some other time, okay? Good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.